Hello, Virgo, and welcome to Flourishing Mystic. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to thank you in advance for your likes, shares, and subscribes. And let's hop right into your reading. I was guided to do this series of readings where we just tap into what your spirit guides want to tell you. No particular agenda or theme in mind, no timeline involved, just straight channeling messages, no matter how deep or light they may be. Whatever your spirit guides have for you, I will be sharing with you in this reading. Whenever you are drawn to this reading, know that there could be a message in here for you. Let's get into it, Virgo. What will your spirit guides have you know at this time? What do they want to tell you? What are they trying to tell you at this particular time? Sagittarius. Wow, so there's something about expanding your horizons off the bat is what I'm getting. Something about expanding your horizons. There could be travel. You could be drawn to a far off destination, culture. You may want to pick up a new language. You may want to study law, philosophy, exploring some greater themes out there. Okay, the Sagittarian card is not really interested in, our everyday experience. These are larger, broader themes that are being brought to your attention at this time that could excite you, that you could be passionate about, that could have to do with your vocation in this lifetime. You could be drawn to a foreign land. House 12, that's another card of travel. A foreign land, maybe by a body of water. I'm seeing a really beautiful spiritual awakening happening by you traveling somewhere, or by you maybe going into the depths, like reading about another culture or system of beliefs, or maybe, mystical teachings. I see many Virgos tuning into that, tapping into that. Maybe this awakens your spirituality further. There is another unfoldment of your spiritual development happening at this time. You could be called to serve a purpose. There's something about service here. There's something about maybe even spiritual service. So I'm even seeing, this is probably only for like one person here, but I'm seeing someone going to like a monastery or some type of temple and being of service, kind of like, Eat, Pray, Love, what Elizabeth Gilbert did in her travels to India. So something like that could be popping up for some Virgos. You could be called to do that, interested in that. Okay, let's see what other messages come up. Mercury. Virgo is associated with the sign of Mercury. So validation that this is your reading. Love it. It says think, learn, network, communicate. Something about networking, communicating, short distance travel, long distance travel could be at play as well. I'm seeing both. So let's kind of unfold this reading, because we have some big, larger themes here. Let's see if we can kind of pinpoint what your spirit guides are trying to tell you at this particular time. Any more messages for Virgo? What would you have them know at this particular time of their life? Some of you could be wanting to sneeze right now, or sneezing. I'm feeling that. Let's see. Okay. Surrender and release. So that makes sense with the House 12 card, which is a big release time. It's a big closing of a chapter, closing of karma, closing any ancestral wounds that have been open and activated or present in your life. This is not repeating cycles. This is doing things differently than those who have gone before you, those like your ancestors, your family, whatever you see them struggling with. There's something to do with ancestry. Whatever you have seen, repeated patterns and cycles come up in your family dynamics. Actually, Virgo, you have the power to release it and close that chapter for good. There's like a container that has been open here. And it's almost time to like purge it all out or release something big. It's like one final push is what I'm seeing, or one final cleanse or ritual or something like that. Or I'm seeing this as it. I'm seeing, Virgo, you have it in your power to release something for good at this particular time of your life. A pattern, something that doesn't serve you. You know what it would be. You know what it would be. I know a lot of you are very in tune and aware to what's going on in your life and what's going on in your family dynamics. I'm getting it's time. I'm getting you ready for this. I'm getting you ready to close a chapter that may have been very painful. And I'm seeing something new emerging as a result. A transformation emerging. Let's see. We have meditation. So very spiritual time for you, Virgos, in the very traditional sense of prayer, meditation, service, acts of service. I'm seeing even some of you do something like going to a place of worship and giving donations or tithing. There's very traditional means of spirituality that are coming to the forefront that actually may benefit you at this time. Maybe you have rejected religion or spirituality for some time, but I see this as a theme emerging for you as a part of your healing, as a part of your surrendering what doesn't serve you, transcending karma. Okay, meditation could assist you with this as well. This may help you to connect to what has been a real wound in your family. Anything surrounding poverty, anything surrounding abuse, anything surrounding drugs and alcohol, anything surrounding addictions. Okay, that could be coming up through meditations that maybe you're transmuting that energy out, purging it out, visualizing this healing up in your family. I'm seeing, Virgo, you have this ability to do so kind of like a shaman would, and I wouldn't call anybody just a shaman. That's very offensive. But similar to what a shaman would do in terms of transmuting energy. Maybe you operate at this vibration, you don't even know it, or some of you are aware of it. But I'm seeing this as a time of transmuting energy out and therefore now creating and webbing this new future, okay? This new future of yours that directing it in the way that you want it to go now. Blessings, that's it. It's like making room for blessings now. I feel like you've sensed that there's been a block, or there's been something going on that you've been carrying. Maybe it's been passed down to you, limited beliefs. I feel like you're transcending that and are now open and available to new types of blessings that will shine upon you and your family at this particular time. This is beautiful. I'm seeing blessings pour in, especially with the Mercury card. So maybe news, really good news coming in for you. This is a very unique, very healing time for Virgos. Whenever you're drawn to this reading, or whenever this reading resonates, it may not resonate today, but it will make sense at some point. You could be going on a spiritual pilgrimage or travel to a very spiritual land, or a land that you feel connected to. It doesn't have to have a spiritual connotation. It could be a beach, it could be a park, it could be a particular land that you feel drawn to. It's something tied into your ancestry, even if it's a past life. Let's say you may not have any resonance with that culture now in this lifetime, in this body, but it could be a previous lifetime. And so going to some particular land be it in mind, through books, or travel if you can afford it, or if that's accessible, available to you, given whatever's going on in the world. But I'm seeing that being important or something. There's healing there, and I really mean healing. I know we say healing a lot in this industry, in the tarot industry, but I'm seeing real deep healing stuff here happening, really transcending ancestral wounds, really transcending even past life karma. And I don't say this lightly. I don't say it lightly. I don't take it lightly. But I do see a beautiful time as a result. I'm seeing orbs, and I'm seeing a lot of light surrounding you as you are maybe doing some of these healing modalities or going to some of these lands. I'm seeing protection, I'm seeing safety, and I'm seeing blessings come in as a result of following some type of vocation to do something or go somewhere or heal up some type of karma. I know this message is maybe not super precise, but I'm getting the message from my spirit guides that it will make sense to the Virgo who this is for. So let's keep going. Any more messages for Virgos here? Golden egg. So my spirit guides are saying read from the book for this golden egg here, so I hope you don't mind. It says, within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and a time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart. Staying open to any response you hear, engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. So I'm also getting a message from your spirit guides that a way to connect with them fully and wholly is to go into that quiet space. 12th house, retreat, meditation, retreat. This is where you kind of feel this overwhelming joy or gratitude for life itself. And when we're in a state of gratitude, when we're in a state of acceptance and allowance, that's when new blessings start to take shape and form and pour in. So this is a very spiritual time for Virgos. Maybe even a kind of a hermit mode I'm getting. You could be in resonance with your own archetype in the tarot card deck, the hermit. So let's see what other messages are available to you. I'm going to use tarot now. So Virgos, also, if you've been very busybody, very active, very much on your phone, text messages, phone calls, social media, I'm getting it is very auspicious now to maybe limit your time on your phone, limit your time spent on social media, limit your time even in conversation with others, just even if it's a temporary period, because your own inner guidance system, your own spiritual guides have profound messages for you at this time that would be very meaningful to you on your path and your journey right now. Okay, a couple cards flipped over. We have the Sun, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Emperor. This could have to do with your vocation and your long-term stability for some Virgos. There's a golden egg of opportunity, a real treasure that maybe you haven't tapped into, haven't figured out yet, haven't solved, or haven't come across the idea yet. That's gonna bring you maybe long-term stability, long-term happiness or fulfillment. You know, happiness is an emotion, but long-term fulfillment and joy. Okay, as a message. I'm gonna pull new cards, okay? Let's see. If those cards want to come out again, they will. Any more messages for Virgo? What would you have them know? Okay, the Sun card did want to come out again. Beautiful. I'm seeing get some sunshine. I'm seeing a remedy as get some sunshine, get into the light. If you have been in hermit mode, for example, and maybe not wanting to leave the house much, maybe being really tied to the phone or work or something like that, I'm seeing getting out in nature as such a healing opportunity if you are not able to travel. And there are many reasons why people can't just pick up and go somewhere. Getting out in sunshine, in your neighborhood, in your backyard, on your balcony, down the street, it doesn't matter where you live, what location, getting outside, getting sunshine and air brings upon and kind of invokes these spiritual happenings. I also recommend not listening to any music while you're outside. This is a time where you just want you and the sun, you and the environment, and be an observer and see what comes up in the mind's eye or ear at that particular time. That's when you get your downloads, is what I'm getting. That's when you can connect more fully to those downloads. Okay, so let's keep going. Let me put this straight here. Let's keep going. Any more messages for Virgo? The Seven of Wands. There's something to stand up for in your life as well. And then there's also something to reject, is what I'm getting simultaneously as a message. There is something to be decisive of in this time of your life, and there's something also you have to know what you want and know what you don't want. Okay, and I see that being a factor, and I see that coming into play right now. Virgos, you are going to know what you want and you're going to know what you don't want, and that's going to help with decision making and clarity. And I keep seeing this Queen of Cups. And so this reminds me of something you covet, something you're meant to protect or gestate on. There's a gestation of something, an idea, a plan. Maybe that's what you're standing up for. Not backing down. Any more messages for Virgo? Let's see. Knight of Wands. Taking action on something as well could be coming up for you. So you have an interesting reading because you have moments of stillness and silence that is so important to you right now. And you also have moments where maybe it's in those moments of silence where you get this idea or you get the confidence. The sunshine can bring us confidence. It's an energy booster. It's a vitality booster. You could be using that as a kind of a healing tool for you right now if you've been suffering with confidence lately. That sun is so important. Something golden as well. Even lighting a candle, very important. Okay, symbolisms of vitality, strength, force, passion, light. Okay, what else for Virgo? Seven of Cups. Give me more on this Seven of Cups, please. There is a battling with indecision, right? And I feel like this is a direct result of being, it's kind of like information overload is what I'm getting, information overload. And it's weighing in on the emotional realm at this point. It's gone from the mental to the heart, emotional psyche. Okay, the psyche is being affected by information overload. And I'm seeing lately it's been hard to decide. It's been hard to decide what you want, who you want, how you want to show up. And so they're just showing us that as why meditation is so important, why your spiritual development is so important, why getting out in the sun without music, even perhaps if you can leave your phone aside or put it on silent as you're outside, is going to be so important in finding clarity. I keep seeing gold. You could start to wear gold. Maybe gold jewelry is a kind of like a talisman as well of good luck. If you're battling indecision, if you don't know if I should go left or right, forward, backward, start, stop, it's because either you're getting too much information and it's overloading your psyche. You have to maybe step back from seeking information or validation and start tuning in. And the way to do that is literally through quiet, setting that time aside for yourself. I know it could get really uncomfortable because that's when all the gunk and the stuff comes up, when we get quiet. That's when we can feel all the shadow stuff come up perhaps. So you could have been pushing that off. But I'm seeing this is a really helpful tool right now for you, Virgo, struggling with making a decision if this resonates with you. If you've been very decisive, most likely this particular reading isn't your reading. This feels like for the Virgos who have been struggling with making a decision, making a call, sticking to it, sticking to their guns, something like that, okay? It's through meditation, through asking your guides, perhaps, and then also allowing room and wiggle room for allowance and acceptance. Those two words keep coming up, allowance and acceptance. Maybe allowance of what just is right now. Maybe you're not particularly in a place that you want to be in right now, but that doesn't mean you don't have the will or the power to change and to direct your energy and move it towards the areas that you want, or bring in the growth in the areas that you want is the message. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm not sure if this is making sense. I'm just getting the download in bits and pieces, and I'm trying to kind of just translate it in the best way that I can. A lot of fire energy, a lot of wand energy. In Virgo, this is telling us that this is a very intuitive time, and the use and symbolism of anything gold or fiery, reds, orange tones, the sun, these are all, it seems so simple and unrelated, but it's so related to where you're at in your journey. If you've been feeling super either up in the mind, like a super active mind, or super active psyche, like maybe your dreams keep you up, you have bad dreams, or just kind of energy scattered all over the place. The fire element maybe helps burn away what the kind of or the flotsam and jetsam, the excess, and get right down to the nitty gritty or something like that. That's what I'm seeing as a symbolism here. So I hope this kind of makes sense, okay? I hope it's making sense here. Any concluding remarks you want to share with Virgo at this time? Anything you want to share with them at this particular time? Again, Ace of Wands coming in on top of the Nine of Swords. So it is that fire element that's going to help burst through or burn through any mental, I'm getting mental fatigue. Mental fatigue is what I'm getting. And so mental fatigue, like we touched upon, it has to do with being distracted, being all over the place, maybe even taking on many different roles and responsibilities. You could be a parent and a business owner and work as well as an employee. And that could be causing a lot of mental fatigue as well, like being spread too thin. But for most of you, this Nine of Swords, it's more of like information overload. And so the biggest solution right now, and I feel like collectives of people, not just Virgos, are going through this. All of us as a collective who are connected to the internet are experiencing this. So it's like getting back to nature. I'm seeing this wand with growth, and maybe limiting how much time is spent on online. Basically, this is going to be very helpful, and you'll start to see why. I feel like there's going to be transformations happening in your psyche. You're going to start to feel better, more confident, more sure of what you want. Look at that Queen of Wands. She's sure of it. She knows what she wants and she goes after it. As opposed to maybe the Seven of Cups, it's like everything up in the air, unable to kind of choose and pick and choose what's right for you. This is a time to know your worth and know what you want, is what your spirit guides are saying. Because once you know what you want and you decide on it, that's when I'm seeing some type of blessings, good news come your way. So very interesting. Yeah, we have that Ace of Cups there. Absolutely. So confirmation of some type of blessing coming your way as a result of knowing what you want and kind of sticking to your guns about it. Also not leaving it just to chance either. If there's something you want, it's time to also get to work, is what they're saying. Get to work. Any concluding remarks or insights, advice you have for Virgos? Deeper. You are not finished. You are not done yet. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is yet to come. The best life you have to live is yet to come, is what I'm getting. Look at that golden egg, which talked about deeper, something deeper. You have this house 12, which is very deep. That's like the deepest you can get right now. And I see you going deep during meditation, getting very clear about what you want, not what the world tells you you should want or need. What does Virgo want and need? The minute you get decisive about it and confident about it, and not feel like, oh, just because I'm a mother, for example, I can't have wants and needs aside from that of my child or children. That is what has been keeping you here. Your psyche has been impacted. It feels like a psychic attack, but it's not coming from anything external aside from, and I hate to say it because we're online right now, but it's coming from online. It's coming from too much information all at once. It's overloading your psyche. If you could travel, that would be the best thing, where you just kind of go off, you go on like a social media cleanse or something. That would be so helpful to get you to this deep place they want you to go. It would help light up your lower chakras again, because I feel like a lot of high-minded chakras, the crown, the third eye, to some degree, just being super activated to the point where it's weighing on you energetically. Getting into the roots, the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus would be phenomenal for Virgos right now. Passages, spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. This is a transformative period. Okay, I feel like you're going through some type of rebirth, whether it's energetically, aurically, okay, spiritually. This rebirth is beautiful. I'm telling you, I'm seeing the outcome as something beautiful for you. You're like in the midst of it or just approaching this, so it's hard to see where this is all leading you and taking you, but you're exactly where you need to be, is another message I'm getting. Don't doubt this process. Don't doubt your process. Don't doubt your timing as well. You have divine guardian. Do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. Oh my goodness. I was just saying that. So with the Nine of Swords, that's the nervousness that you want to shake off by getting back into nature. I'm also hearing old school, like do more old school things. Take a bike ride as opposed to riding the Peloton. Do things that bring you back to like nature or even childhood. Helps build some type of confidence at this particular time in your journey. Go for a walk in the park. Go to the park. Swing on the swing, even if you're an adult and it sounds crazy. It's like doing some old school things or getting back to basics, getting back to nature. Planting a garden. Okay, getting offline for a little while is going to be so healing. But yeah, this is just confirmation right here that you're on the right path and you're on the right track no matter what. No matter what. So you don't even really have to do much. You're going through this transformation. You are actively going through this. Ready or not kind of thing. So it says, do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. You are being led. You are being guided in the right places. And so another message is trust. Trust and allowance. So I'll leave you on that note. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.